Want to get to some breaking news from here in Washington now about President-elect Trump's controversial pick for defense secretary, his selection of the former Fox News host Pete Hegseth. Our reporting here at NBC News is that his nomination may be in peril, as we're learning in just the last few minutes that at least 6 Republican senators may oppose his confirmation. Remember, he can only afford to lose maybe 4. It comes at the same time that nearly a dozen current and former Fox employees tell NBC News that Hegseth consumed alcohol he drank in ways that were very concerning to the staff while working there. Our Courtney Cuby is live for us at the Pentagon. Our Ryan Nobles is scrumming to a camera on the Hill. So, Courtney, talk to us here about the concerns that you're reporting on about Hegseth's drinking at Fox, because this is not the first time now that reports have been made public related to colleagues or former colleagues' concerns over Hegseth's consumption of alcohol.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. So over the last 48 hours or so, we've been hearing a lot about some reporting that he had some problems with drinking while he was at veterans groups. This was particularly concerned Veterans for America. The New Yorker putting out a pretty scathing article over the weekend detailing case after case during his time in a leadership position at that nonprofit veterans advocacy group where he was involved in excessive drinking and even at official events that specifically impacted employees and some of his colleagues there. Well, now we can say that we've also learned, according to at least 10 individuals, that there were concerns about him and excessive drinking also during his time at Fox News. Now, of course, he was one of the hosts of Fox and Friends, a weekend show on Fox News, a very popular show, Hallie. And we learned, according to a number of people, former and current officials or colleagues at Fox News, that there were times where he would show up very early in the morning. He would at times even smell of alcohol from the night before. Times he would talk about being hungover, barely sleeping or not sleeping at all from being out late the night before. There were cases where they would have to very quickly sort of rush him into the studio and get him ready, quickly put makeup on him and get ready to put him on the air to be ready to go on his show. So again, more allegations. This, according to, as I said, we spoke with nearly a dozen people who were all familiar with this sort of concern. And Hallie, I mean, look, you know, you're on multiple shows for NBC, MSNBC, and News Now. You know as well as anyone else that the anchors, the hosts of these shows, showing up late, not being ready, not being, on your game for a show, that puts a ton of pressure and stress on the staff of those shows. And that's what we heard from, was that this sort of behavior, it really was difficult for some of the people of the staff on those shows and at Fox News to work with, Hallie.
Should note here that the Trump transition team is calling these claims completely unfounded, Court.
Yeah, exactly. They are. So we've heard a lot from Pete Hegseth's attorney. He's referring us to the Trump transition team. They are saying that, as we have heard with a number of these recent allegations, they're saying that they are unfounded. They are claiming that there are people who are out to get Pete Hegseth with allegations like these and others. We did not immediately hear back from Fox News, despite our repeated requests for comment. We're still waiting to see if we get anything out of them. But the reality is the transition statement that we got is very similar to the comments that they've given about some of these other recent allegations, Hallie.
Court, can I...
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.